All right, everybody, welcome back to the number one television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown. All three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Trading in Danger by Elizabeth Moon. This is book number one in her Vata War series. I think that's what the series is called. Let me see. I don't know what it's just it seems like that's probably what it's called. But anyway, there's 5 books in the series. I've got them all. And so let's talk about the covers first because I love graphic design and cover illustration. The covers all have sort of these photoshopped little illustrations by let's see, who was it by? Dave Seeley, my notes say. So each one was done by Dave Seeley. I do like the fact that Del Rey Books sort of made it so all the spines look like they match up and go to the same thing. But each cover for each book is pretty good. I don't have any complaints with any of them. They kind of get the feel of what's going on. These are very sort of military science fiction-esque books. And the covers kind of say that. Anyway, this came out in 2003. Now, Elizabeth Moon, I've read her Sheep Farmer's Daughter series. Thought I'd get some of her other stuff, namely her science fiction. So what is this about? The Vata War, Vatta. It is the whole series is named after the main character, Kylara Vata, who is a young female cadet in the military academy. She's top of her class. She's doing real well, going to get a really good assignment. But then she's expelled. She's kicked out of the military for going around her chain of command to help another cadet out with finding him a psychiatrist. And I guess the way you're supposed to do that is if another cadet's having trouble, you tell your chain of command. And then if they want to find him a psychiatrist, they will. You don't go around them and get a psychiatrist. Because what happened was the dude that went to the psychiatrist ended up spilling some beans to the psychiatrist that the military didn't really want spilled out. And so now they're blaming Kylara Vata for the whole mess. And so they're like, you're expelled. That was an egregious mistake. Get the out of our military and have a nice day, even though you were awesome. Other than that, and hey, I've worked in jobs where there's a chain of command. The military has it, fire department has it, police department has it, things like that. And sometimes you got to go around a chain of command to get things done. I'm just saying, know what I'm saying? But anyway, this one got her into trouble, big trouble. She's sent home, so she goes home. Now she's the only girl in a family that's full of boys. She was the only one that chose a life different from the family business. The family business is flying starships around, cargo starships, though. That's what the family business is. That's what all of her brothers do. She decided she wanted to go to the military and do another thing. Well, now she's back home, and her father is like, okay, we understand you up in the military. We're going to give you a job. You're a good star pilot. I am going to send you on a mission. We've got this old, clunky junker cargo ship that we need flown across the galaxy because I've sold it to like a scrapyard, and we just need to take it over there. And you're the one to do it. So good luck. And but her father does give her a crew that's pretty competent, pretty seasoned. And as we go through this story, we get to know her crew. We get to know how her crew feels about her, how she feels about the crew, their different personalities, all this stuff. And then what turns out to be just a routine mission for her father turns into a risky venture because Kylara changes course in the middle of this mission and flies her crew straight into a colonial war. Well, that's not good. But again, her military training comes in handy, and much space opera, military science fiction hijinks ensue at that point, and it's pretty cool. Now, I like this book. I think it's kind of like The Sheep Farmer's Daughter, which was a fantasy, which was about a young girl in a fantasyland military setting. This is about a young girl in a space opera science fiction military setting. I do think The Sheep Farmer's Daughter was a little more gritty and kind of bloody. This is a little bit more PG rated than I thought an Elizabeth Moon novel would be. I would have liked a little more grit. Um, but that's just my own personal preference. Uh, that's about the whole. That's about all I got to say about it. It's a decent, fun read, and I would give it about an 8.5 out of 10. And I am looking forward to finishing the rest of the series to see what happens to our Kylara Vata in her Vata War series. And before I shut the camera off, I should probably see if that's really what this series is called. It's got to be. There's 5 books, but there's literally no name to the series. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.